Hello everyone and welcome back to the NPC Dungeon. Today I'm going to be honest, DMing is fun and all, but there will be times when you won't be able to. Either because you won't have a group, might be too busy, or you might just be a little burnt out. But in times like that, you may still want to keep up practice so you don't get rusty or anything, and you might just need your daily dose of D&D because it's fun, and don't we all? So here are 5 things you can do while you're not DMing to keep practice up and have fun. So let's get started and let's learn something. The first one's the easiest one, and you probably do it anyway. Consume D&D Media. Read books, watch YouTube videos about DMing advice. Videos like this one perhaps? But beyond things built for improvement, there are several streams and shows out there as well. There are so many. Who knows, you might even find your next D&D podcast this way. You can be entertained and maybe even pick up a few new techniques this way as well, but that doesn't really require you to do anything, does it? Well, what if you want to actually do something and not just listen or read? Well, my next point is all about that. Build campaigns and settings. I know you can't know exactly what will happen without a player backstory, but you can still jot down general concepts, have ideas for arcs, create encounters, and even string them together into whole adventures. You can make NPCs and locations, factions, patrons, and just have fun. Also, if you want a little bit more advice on generating encounter ideas and world building, I have videos all about that I'll link below. And lastly, it doesn't even have to be about D&D. You can just build worlds for the sake of building worlds and even write stories, and who knows, you might find a new hobby this way and you might really like it. And even if you're building a campaign, it doesn't have to be about D&D either. But more on that next. One of the things that I like to do occasionally, if I can, is learn a new system. New tabletop RPGs are coming out all the time. There are even some other classics out there. One time, I even taught myself Pathfinder just for the fun of it, and he made a campaign for it because I didn't happen to be running one at the time. And even if you can't afford to purchase one, you can still look into different systems just by researching and seeing what's out there. You won't be able to actually learn it, but you might discover a cool one that you might want to actually later on when you can. But campaigns and worlds aren't the only things you can build. Talking about characters. I have several players who just make characters in their free time. I don't do this myself, but I definitely get the appeal. Some people just get story ideas, others get world ideas, others get character ideas. Whenever you get one, just write it down and build it whenever you get a chance. And even if you don't have a character idea, you can just crack open the old player's handbook and you see what you can do. You'll surprise yourself. And lastly, if you do happen to have a group of people who still want to play, you can still play in a campaign without having to be the DM. Obviously, this only applies if you can, and if you can, great, you're living the dream. And who knows, you might find a new group that you could DM for one day, and you might even pick up some new tricks from the other DM there. But that's it for today. I know it's kind of short, but as always, thank you all for watching, and I hope you found this at least a little bit helpful. Feel free to check out my other video this week. It's all about Grex, a character whose backstory I told before on this channel, and come back next week. I'll talk about general story and campaign ideas and how I generate them, and tell another story from the first campaign that I ever told stories from on this channel. And of course, until then, let's learn something.